you're thinking. You're thinking, where's the consistency in this production? And there is none. There is no we're not, nothing is safe here. Nothing is safe here. Life has changed. Still figuring things out, as you can see. And I just wanted to start off, which by saying hi, welcome back. I'm very excited about today's episode. And but before, I wanted to clear up something that's been heavy on my chest. Something that I just, I'm getting constant emails, just asking for updates on my divorce, on the kids, and I apologize. It was all a bit. For those who know me and were confused by that, I deeply apologize. To everyone sending me emails, I got a couple lawyers the other week. You can back off now. There's nothing much to that. But I thought, as the audience looking at your screen and me on this end, I just wanted to clear that up. Just because I know, the Hollywood Fix and the press is going to start coming by anytime now, asking about it. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. And yeah. Before you ask, last thing, it does keep me up at night, knowing that I've fooled you, and I will try to be better, and I hope you know my heart's in the right place, or so my shrink says. Let's dive into it today. I'm very excited about this. I'm so excited. This set. So this set came out May 1st. It is set 75399. I have the box for you. And it has 494 pieces. And again, we have the 8 up age. So if you're 7, don't get it. I think that's what they're saying. But how can they back it up? They don't, you don't even have an ID. So I don't think it's illegal to buy the set, but use your best judgment for it. So this ship first appeared in Rogue One, and which is my all-time most rewatched Star Wars movie. I love it because it has hints to the original sagas, but it's its own thing. It's a little more gritty, a little more realistic, and I saw that movie, and it transformed my world into what I thought was possible when it came to film, and also it was incredible. So let's dive into it, shall we? Now there's so many good things about this set. There are some things that I wish were a little different, but you can't really do that. You can't really wish for things to be different. Sort of like the divorce I faked. But let's dive into it. So we're going to start first, because I'm so excited, with the ship itself. Now, the first mechanism that is a part of this ship is the wings. So it's just a little ball joint right there, connects to back here, and it goes into attack mode. Now, if you first saw this set and you went, wow, there's nothing really special about it, that's something special about it. So eat grass. And just when I saw that this was rumored, I almost pissed myself. Pardon my French. Not only because of it's a fighter. If it was just this, you know, it wouldn't be that exciting. But because it has a cargo area, it just improves it. Now, see, if you watch the movie, you might remember that the doors actually kind of go a different way than up and down. That's fine. I gotta say, for the size of the set and how condensed it is, I think they did a great job. Yes, I would have loved if it was a bit bigger space in the middle right here. Honestly, you can really only fit 2 minifigs comfortably. If you wanted to cram 3 in there, you could, and then plus the pilot, so you could do max 4, but then you'd have the rattling on the inside, you know, because a person wouldn't be stationed. So both the doors open, and then there is a cargo space at the top right here that just folds down if you have fingernails, and then the back here as well. And I have noticed these 2 spaces are great for helmets or blasters, and so I did notice that I was trying to put some Rebel Fleet Troopers in, and they didn't fit because of their helmets. If you know what I'm talking about, if you know A New Hope, you know the helmet is a big boy. So you do have to take that off, but you can put it up front. You can contain every minifig, you know, minus like backpack, you know, minus big obvious stuff. If you just have a standard minifig with hair, they're most likely going to fit. If they have a helmet, you got to take the helmet off, put it up front. That's totally fine to me, at least. If you're a stickler for it, I think it's like the 2019 version of it. I think they did come out with it. It's a bigger version of this, and I think it has a little more room. But, you know, if you go to Bricks and Minifigs, it might be like $250. This is $70. So, I think, and it's a great addition to the collection. And for all you Grievous heads out there, you might have known what I was talking about there. That little reference I did. I thought it was a little cute. Moving on, so that is the cargo area. This pilot area, it has a nice little mechanism. Just pops it open like that. If you saw it, I don't know if I was able to see it. And the only other thing that I would change, so the first is maybe a little more cargo space, but that would make the whole ship bigger, and I do like the size, because compared to the X-Wing, compared to the Y-Wing, it's all about even. And so I would hate, you know, if this was like massive and then you had like a small X-Wing and Y-Wing, it just doesn't really look good. But this fits in with the fleet. And right now I'm building my army. I got a good Empire set up. And so now I'm kind of needed the Rebellion to kind of build up. A lot like Andor Season 2. For all you Andor heads out there who know what I'm talking about, the Rebellion is rising. So the only other thing about this is the cockpit. It's a little difficult. You can't sit a minifig straight up. It's got to be like laying all the way down. So if you believe that minifigs have souls, as I do on occasions, it's a little weird for them to be just like looking straight up, you know, but it's not a deal breaker. So I'd say those are really the only 2 things that I would have changed. A little bigger here, little deeper there, so you could do that. Other than that, I don't want that to take away from the set. Other than that, the set is gorgeous. It is beautiful. We have AC now. We did not have AC before, and so that's what that is. I know some of you were like, "Oh, is Vader behind you?" And I wish, not in that way. So we got 2 blasters on the front, and then this mechanism right here. Do I have any loaded? No. Okay. So that was a mistake on my part. But you know the spring-loaded mechanisms for the plastic long bolt boys, blaster boys. 2 of those will go in here, and then there's this mechanism right here. You might not be able to see it, But when you put these in, you can kind of see a little line right here. This goes up, you press it, shoots both of them out. So that's kind of a neat feature right there. At the back here, we have the 4 engines. Honestly, real sick. Pretty, pardon my French, if you don't like swearing, cover your ears. Some cool ass shit. We have these 4. Look at these. Look at these engines. Now, when it comes to accuracy, and for the original, like Rogue One ship or in Andor 2, it's pretty good. I'd say it's honestly like every Lego set. It's not exactly like the actual thing. I have thought, if we ever come in contact with aliens, or if any aliens are watching this on the intergalactic tube, then I would say, I've always thought, if an alien came down and was like, hey, you got a good Lego collection, because that helps ease the self-consciousness I get from collecting Legos, which I'm not even doing a bit here. The self-conscious gets you. So you gotta find ways to feel like a man sometimes. Like genocide. That's a joke. That's an Andor Season 2 joke. To the feds watching out there, that's in Andor Season 2. They use the word genocide. Is that a spoiler? No, they use it. Okay, so I don't even remember where it was. Okay, I think that's it for the ship. Oh yeah, the alien thing. So if aliens came down, I was kind of confused before. They're like, oh, you got a nice Lego collection. We using alien technology, not the Alien brand, because I know that's a computer brand. Not those guys. I'm talking about actual aliens. It's like, oh, pick any ship and we can make it happen. Or if I get smart enough eventually and learn how to build a ship, which I don't think will happen in this lifetime, but one can always hope. So I didn't know what ship I would choose before. This is it, because it's got the good cargo space. Oh yeah, I guess. Okay, I'm not gonna derail too much. If it was exactly the ship, if I could just recreate the actual U-wing, then I would do that. But this, I would not want to transform it because this is too small. And then that part I'd have to lay down. But anyways, moving on. The stickers that come with it are pretty easy to put on. They're not too difficult. I did learn a hack. I didn't know about this. If you have one of those orange piece, like getters, if you put the sticker on the flat end of it, you can kind of very like Toy Story. I'm talking about that guy with the monocle, and he's cleaning up the things. You can kind of do that and put the sticker on that, and then like gently, little tip and trick for you. Anyways, so let's move past that because I fear we're moving slowly. So with the figures, we have 3 named characters, 1 unnamed character, but he's badass. So the first named character I'm going to go through is K2SO. Now, what a cool guy. I'm not gonna try. If you want to look at better pictures on Google, you totally can. So it's just the focusing is a nightmare, and that's another thing actually that keeps me up at night. I had a hard time sleeping last night, and this was a reason for it. Just anxiety. I just get anxiety. So with this minifig, it's pretty cool. It has the Imperial logo on the shoulders there, which is awesome. And if you've seen Andor Season 2, you know how pretty crazy these dudes are. Or doodads. They're droids. Oh, I don't want to get in trouble. It's a droid. Yeah, and so there's printing on the front and the eyes, and it's real cool. Comes with a blaster, pretty cool. It's a droid. The next minifig is Dedra Dedra, what's her name? Dedra Miro. I knew it had an M in it. I'm not a fake fan. Super cool. So it's an ISB officer. ISB Dedra Miro. And super cool, unique hat with hair on it. Two faces, and just a good new minifig to have. There's not a lot of ISB minifigs out, and if you're thinking like, what's this guy smoking? What's ISB? Imperial Security Bureau. So it's like the CIA for the Empire. So pretty cool. And so that's Dedra Miro. Also comes with a one of the small little blasters. Next up, we're do the unnamed character, which is just an ISB. What's the name for it? I promise I had everything. Tactical Agent, which again, ISB. So it's pretty much like it's kind of like a stormtrooper body. No, it's nothing like a stormtrooper actually. Scratch that. But just cool. It has a standard face, comes with a shield and a blaster. Perfect for protecting the ISB officer. And then our last character is Andor. I was gonna say Andor Calrissian, which that just doesn't make sense. But it sounds like it makes sense. No, but this is Cassian Andor. Comes with a little blaster. It would have been cool if the blaster was like colored in the way his blaster is in the show, which is kind of like a black and gold. Is that too much to ask? Of course it is. But it's pretty cool. He's got a vest. This is like the Rebellion Andor. Also comes with two faces. And yeah, and so the 4 minifigs, the ship, like honestly, it's awesome. It's awesome. Like there are a ton of Imperial and now Republic sets that are troop carriers. And so it's like if you're doing a little battle, you know, if you just need to blow off some steam and you need to commit atrocities in the form of Lego, like war crimes, stuff like that, in the form of Lego. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna get a letter now. I'll do a letter opening then if I do. But there are a lot of ships. It's off the rails now. There are a lot of Imperial and Republic ships that carry troops, and that's awesome. Like, you know, you got the Republic gunship that came out. There are sets that exist. This is the first Rebellion set besides like the Rebel Battle Pack that came out. That's an actual hyperspace ship that can carry troops. And that just turns the tide of the war in your little world. And you can do whatever you want. And honestly, my goal is to recreate the Rogue One army for the Rebellion. And so for that, I will probably be going to my local Bricks and Minifigs in Orem. Now if you're watching this, you're like, what is Orem? It's a place. I just keep getting emails. There's so many. And that's my goal. Thank you so much for watching this dumpster fire. I'm saying that so I stop getting comments about it, because I just scroll through the comments and it's just, you know, confidence just goes all the way down. Happy post May the 4th. Watch Andor, and if you've seen Andor, watch Andor season 2. My reaction, not that it matters. First 3 episodes, little mid, but just keep watching. That's it. May the Force be with you. Enjoy Legos. Nothing wrong with that. And have a good life.